Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're gonna uncrate the Airoh Matryx helmet. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? Before we get into the Airoh Matryx, before we jump into the Matrix, you're gonna jump in and subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. We appreciate that, and in return, we'll make sure you are the first to know about exciting new releases like this Airoh Matryx helmet. Don't it look good? Airoh is all new to the United States. We're gonna tell you all about it in a minute. Remember, if you're gonna shop for gear online or anything else for two wheels, do it at speedaddicts.com. There's a link in the description below. They'll take you to the complete selection of Airoh helmets over at Speed Addicts, where we got everything for your next two-wheel adventure. All Airoh helmets, of course, will ship fast and free with the industry's best return policy. That's right, full 90 days to decide, and we even pay the return shipping. So what have you got to lose? Go shop at Speed Addicts. And if you are the type that wants to touch it, hold it, try it on before you buy it, and you're in SoCal, well, then you're in luck, because the first Speed Addicts Superstore is now open with the world's greatest helmet wall, complete selection of gear from gloves to boots, jackets, and everything in between, including service items. Come on down to the city of Orange and check out this Speed Addicts Superstore. Okay, here we have it. It is the Airoh helmet. It's the Matryx. This is their higher end, full face with a drop down interior visor. So they have two helmets that are kind of the same format, the full face with the drop down. They have the higher end one, the Matryx, that we're going to talk about today. And then they have their polycarbonate version of this helmet called the Spark 2. In terms of what we're seeing, the helmets are pretty close in terms of what you're getting, aside from the exterior shell construction, which is really what you're paying for here. So you're stepping up in price to $399 for the Matryx to start, and that's gonna buy you the composite, okay? So again, Spark 2 polycarbonate or plastic, and then we're gonna step up to the Matryx. You're gonna start with composite Matryx over here for $399 to $429, depending on if you're gonna go with solid color like this kind of battleship or cement gray over here, or if you apply graphics, that takes you to $429. Or what you should do if you're gonna buy the Matryx is step up to the carbon fiber, because it's only a $100 step up, and then you're gonna get the lighter, sexier carbon fiber Matryx for $529, which is affordable compared to a lot of other full carbon helmets out there on the market today. The build quality is there, and I think it supports that price tag of $529 pretty easily. So composite or the carbon is going to be 6K carbon, and the weave looks really clean here. It is uniform. The paint quality on Airoh is exceptional, okay? So in terms of how this gloss finish is setting up over the carbon, there's no fish eyes or blurry spots or messed up weave. So like the QC at Airoh is top notch. If you're not familiar with Airoh, well, you should be now, because they are coming hard into the USA. Previously, this Italian brand was only available in other countries that weren't the USA. They finally are coming in. Now, if you watch Supercross, you've probably seen Jason Anderson rocking the Airoh Aviator helmet. That's their off-road helmet that really put them on the map. It's popular for motocross or enduro. They're known for, you know, exceptional design. Their stuff just looks good. Italy's great at making stuff look fast, look sexy. So Airoh definitely does that. I mean, look at the design on the shell. It is like geometric and fast and aggressive, okay? So the Aviator put them on the map there. And the other thing about the Aviator is that it was light. So Aviator's light, well ventilated. So they try to bring that through to their entire lineup, including their street helmets, like the Matryx that we're gonna talk about in today's video. So the composite Matryx is going to weigh 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and the carbon should save you about 3 ounces, bringing it down to 3 pounds, 5 ounces, which is pretty light for a full face, a modern full face with the drop-down interior visor. In terms of safety homologations, this helmet passes both DOT and ECE 2206. Intermediate oval head shape. It is gonna run true to size. We've tested this around here, the Matryx around the office here, and have found that it runs true. Okay, so if you normally wear a medium, you're gonna wear a medium in the Matryx most likely. Go by the sizing chart you're gonna see at Speed Addicts. You should be in good shape. They're only using 2 shell sizes in this helmet, and it's gonna make up the range from extra small through 2 extra large. Again, you shop at Speed Addicts, you shop risk-free when it comes to that fitment. Make sure when you get it, try it on in your living room. Sit there for 20, 30 minutes, watch some TV. Make sure it is snug as possible. Account for a little bit of break-in, 10 to 15% over your first several months of riding. The helmet's gonna break in. So out of the box, you want it to really squeeze you without causing pain or true discomfort. Just be squozen. If you're not sure where that line is, call and talk to rider support. We will walk you through it and help you out no matter what needs to get done there. Okay, let's talk about ventilation. We have a very exaggerated ram air induction up here on the top of the helmet that is actuated by one switch on both sides. Okay, so this thing is all the way open or all the way closed. Down low, we have this rocker style vent that's going to open and flare both nostrils and bring in a lot of air through the chin bar, channel ported to EPS, and then we have extractors in the back here that's going to help pull the hot air out of this helmet. Ventilation should not be a problem here on the Matryx. It's going to flow lots of air and look good while it's doing it. In terms of face shield is optically correct. Whenever you see a face shield, it's kind of got the shoulder on it, and then it's got a straight line underneath, kind of this radius. That's what they're doing, is they're making the shield optically correct. They need to flatten it out here, and so that there's no distortion. On helmets of this price point, you're going to expect a thick, optically correct UV blocking, anti-scratch face shield, and that's what you're going to get here on the Matryx. Nice face shield. They even have some of these kind of wind turbines here on the side to smooth out the air, make the helmet quieter. You're going to get a pin lock insert in the box with your Matryx helmet. Here she is. You're getting the 120 XLT, and that is the bigger, wider viewpoint or viewport for the pin lock insert here. Pin lock insert is going to attach to these two tabs. It's going to reduce or mitigate fog. It basically makes your shield dual pane, and it's going to handle that temperature differential between the hot air coming out of you and the cooler air outside. Okay, so they're going to include that in the box, which is nice at this price point. To be honest, there are a lot of helmets in this price point with drop-down visors at this time, so I think adding the pin lock, no charge, is definitely a good thing for Airoh to do. Face shield mechanism is straightforward and toolless. There is a pull to release, and then you're just going to put it back on that open position, push it straight on. No drama with the face shield changes, and the detents are quite strong. I'd give these guys an A on their detents. Nice detent game. They're strong, and then you have cracked open all the way closed, and then it is a push to release so that you do not have accidental face shield deployments. Those are never pretty. Okay, and then you have a drop-down sun visor. So great helmet for folks that are commuting, or you don't want to carry a smoked or iridium face shield option to deal with different lighting conditions. That's what these interior drop-down face shields are all about. It's actuated on the left side because your right hand is on your throttle, and it is a fairly smooth actuation here and complete coverage. Okay, a lot of helmets do not have the coverage that they need with the drop-down sun visors. They'll sit right in your vision, and they're as good as useless in that case. Drop-down sun visor on the Matryx passes our test for complete sun coverage there. Okay, another nice thing that I like Airoh for is the way that they're handling their comm system. So they have speaker pockets on the inside. That's pretty standard, but they have these grommets and this little hole they put in, so you can actually pass the wires right through the shell. So you're going to mount your comm of your choice, whatever comm system you're using, on the side of the helmet, and then your wires can pass through. That way you're not trying to feed them around the bottom of the helmet, competing with your cheek pad retention system and having ugly wires kind of hang out the bottom of your helmet. If you're anal retentive and you like a clean install with the comm, you're going to appreciate the Airoh wire grommet. We'll call it that. Comm grommet. Comm grommet. There we go. And then if you're not going to use it, you can just put that right back into place. If we flip the Matryx over, we are now going into the Matryx for real. Okay? Producer Matt, you're a film buff. You can appreciate that horrible dad joke. Here we go. Double D ring closure, not the quick release. So a lot of the other helmets in the Airoh lineup, okay, the Spark 2, the Connor, the C110 have the micrometric or the quick release chin strap. A lot of folks don't care for those. Some people love them. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what to buy. Here's a D-ring closure. So if you want a helmet with the drop-down visor, great for aggressive street riding, commuting, whatever you're going to do, you're going to get the D-ring closure on here. The other thing to call out, it is an upgrade from the Spark 2, is the way the interiors finish off. So it kind of has it's like a micro suede feel. It's almost like terry. It's kind of, it's got some length on the material here. And this extra piece of material is going to really help close out some sound, isolate sound, keep the helmet quieter, keep the motor noises and the wind noises from coming up into the helmet. They have kind of this minimalistic chin curtain, and then they have a chin curtain extender somewhere down here. Here it is. Just simple mesh, but it will reduce the air coming up into the cockpit quite a bit. I like chin curtains. If you wear contacts, your eyes are sensitive to the air coming up into the helmet. Chin curtains help reduce that. So you're going to get that with your helmet. Emergency quick release cheek pads pull for EMS to pull the cheek pads out gingerly if you are in an accident before they take the whole helmet off your head. So you do have that extra safety feature with the Airoh Matryx. Okay, that is quite a tight snap. So you don't want to just pull that unless it's an emergency because it'll kind of wear on the helmet. So we're always going to reach in there and pull the snaps and take this thing out. Okay, here are your snaps. Here's your 3D cheek pad with the extension. And I like how they kind of fade into the black material up at the top. Once we get this out of the way, we'll see the comm system. And again, real tight snaps on the Matryx. 5-year warranty on Airoh helmets. Nice job, Airoh. All those other Italian brands, I'm not going to name names, only give you 1 year. I mean, some of their helmets cost $1,600. Have you narrowed it down yet who I'm talking about? 1 year warranty. It's kind of crazy. Airoh's going to give you 5. There you go. All right, there's your speaker pocket right there. Do your speaker thing. We're going to remove the rest of this liner. Now, something unique about Airoh helmets as well is their liner system. They have an added safety feature in their liner. It's their own proprietary system, not a third party like MIPS or something like that, but it's trying to accomplish the same thing. It's ASN, that's what that little yellow piping says, or Airoh Sliding Net. It's going to allow slippage when you hit the ground. So if your head hits the ground on uneven surfaces, the helmet tends to want to stick. What you want is you want your head to be able to move inside of the helmet. It helps mitigate rotational energy instead of it going into your gray matter. So the Airoh Sliding Net is trying to accomplish that with this net system. So there it is, an extra safety feature. A lot of dirt helmets have rotational energy management systems. Few street helmets do, but you can still hit uneven surfaces on the street where you want rotational energy management to come into play, and Airoh's providing some of that there. Enormous ports up here in the front, going to flow a lot of air from that ram air situation up on the top of the shell, and then you're going to get the extraction out the back. That is a multi-density EPS. All right, it's the Matryx. We've done it. We've gone into the Matryx. We've come back. 6K carbon shell, $529 for an Italian designed helmet from Airoh that looks real good. Drop down visor, 5-year warranty, full 6K carbon. Pretty good deal. The composites are also great looking. I like this cement gray over here. And I love that they're backing it up with a 5-year warranty. It looks good. It fits good. The build quality, the fit and finish is all quite nice. Check out the Matryx now at speedaddicts.com. Or if you're in SoCal, come on down and say what's up in the first Speed Addicts Superstore and see Airoh helmets in person. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.